What's going on, Colts Nation? Welcome back to another episode of Bring the Juice. Guys, I wish this video was something more exciting to talk about, but man, this sucks. After just basically 3 days of practice, guys, Colts have now officially had their first major injury crisis happen, and we haven't even gotten into the pads yet. And now here we are, where Colts veteran defensive end Samson Ebukam, who went down in practice yesterday, tore his Achilles, and his season is over before it began. That was Ian Rappaport's tweet. Yeah, so in the third practice, him and someone else collided, and Ebukam had to actually be carted off of the field yesterday. And originally the report was that it was just the ankle. And then for a lot of people, we thought, oh, maybe it was just something twisted, or even a slightly like broken ankle can be repaired and fixed up before the season ends. But no, it's worst case scenario. Samson Ebukam will have a season-ending Achilles injury. And man, this sucks, dude, because for one of all things, Colts Nation, we were hoping and praying that the Colts would have been one of the few teams that escaped all the madness of this. And now we lost our number one edge rusher before the season even starts. And that really sucks. And we're going to have more video. We're going to have another video talking about this, guys, here shortly. So keep an eye out for that, explaining what comes next. But just for raw reaction, I mean, first things first, I'm sickened by this. Ebukam, who led the Colts last year with 9.5 sacks, was primed to, hopefully have an improved year. He was a fringe away from having a double-digit sack season with his first season as an Indianapolis Colt. And there was some great things coming into it for this. But Ebukam is going to have to wait until the final year of that contract that Chris Ballard gave him to be able to fulfill it. Like I said, we'll explain this a little bit more, what happens later. But thankfully, the Indianapolis Colts do have a good situation behind him where Dio Adangbo, Kwity Paye, Laiatu Latu, Tyquan Lewis, guys like that can be on the outside and help to basically, try to take over the place of Ebukam. Clearly, none of them are quite, were not at the level of him last year, which I think a lot of people will say, yeah, you got great depth, but at the same time, I mean, when you lose your number one pass rusher from last year, it's always going to hurt, regardless of who we brought in, or, what's being added, or who's improving. Losing 9+ sacks on the year from Ebukam is really going to hurt this defense. And we're already talking about how this defense struggles, and if Ebukam's not available, who was, one of the few guys that came up with some huge clutch sacks last season, and him not being around, that is really going to be tough for this Indianapolis Colts defense. Yeah, guys, that's pretty much all I have right now. Really got to hope that this is the last major thing that we have to worry about. Never would have thought that I would go into it this week with Ebukam being out for the season. Tearing an Achilles is not easy, and certainly hope that Ebukam will be able to rest, be able to recover well, and hopefully we will see him back next season ready to go, just like all the rest of the guys that have been dealing with some of these. But man, that sucks. He was going to be such a vital part of this offense this year, or defense this year, and now we won't get to see it. We just got to hope that some guys really step up and some guys get a chance to really take over. It's a chance for guys like Kwity Paye, Latu, and Dio Dangbo to really cement themselves. This is their golden opportunity. So what happens from here, we'll discuss that in another video. But until then, Colts Nation, we lost one of our best defensive players already. So hopefully that's the last of it. But that'll do it for this one, guys. Let us know your thoughts on Ebukam tearing his Achilles and being out for the 2024 season. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. And as always, go Colts.